So Claire, tell us about the cubicle shed.
Cubicle shed. So the cubicle shed is all teamwork. We designed it ourselves. We originally, when we went into dairy, we were spring and autumn calving, so we designed it so we could divide it off into sections. But now we're only spring calving. Still, we can divide it off into sections, so we have dry cows, fresh cows, and milkers in here at the same time. So yeah, it works really well.
So how many cubicles are here?
148 cubicles. And then we have the cozy cow mattresses, and then on shavings and lime.
Okay. How often would you top that up, the
Say again?
shavings? How often would you put new shavings on?
Every day,
Yeah.
twice a day
Okay.
when they're in.
So is the shed fall into the middle or is it flat?
It's flat.
Okay. So you have a slurry channel
flat.
here then?
Yeah, we've got a slurry channel where we scrape into,
Yeah.
and then it's dead flat. And then the slurry tower's just out there, so the slurry runs that way, and then goes down a pipe outside.
Okay. Yeah. So your feeding passage then?
Yeah, feeding passage in the middle.
Yeah, you've no cubicle
No.
on the other side obviously.
Yeah, so we've got feeding passage in the middle, and then you can go all the way around, and then there's more cubicles down the back side
Okay.
that way.
Yeah. So you didn't go for feeding on the outside, you kept
No.
the feeding internally. Was that a weather thing or more exposed
It's
site?
it was more of a weather, because of where the shed is. We get a lot of weather on that outer wall, so
Yeah.
we decided to put it in the middle, and it also works better for when the shed is divided off into sections.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
all in the middle.
Right. So you've your brushes then as well?
Yeah, we got brushes either side as well. They've been pretty good. We've had a couple of injuries with the cow's eyes, but nothing to worry about.
Okay. It's probably something some people don't talk about, but it's something that can happen, is it?
Yeah, they do get stabbed in the eye with it. It's quite common. But some ointment, antibiotic cream, and it sorts it out.
Yeah. So you were saying it's all bales you make then as well?
Yeah, all bales, yeah.
So do you find the zigzag rail handy for that at the feed?
Yeah.
But it's not bringing in, they're
Yeah.
not pulling much in, or?
Yeah, they don't pull much in, and it also stops the bullying as well. So everybody gets a fair chance to eat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one thing we looked at straight away, was how to feed them. We did consider a straight bar. We had a bar before in the beef shed, and we saw what happened there. The big ones ate and the little ones didn't get a chance. So yeah, the first thing we did was put the Z bars in.
Yeah. And how would you find the ratio of cows to feed, and do you say the number of cows that can feed at any one time versus those that can't? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, there's enough room for every single head to go in.
Okay, that's great.
So there's over 200 heads space there for a cow, so
Okay.
every cow can go in, even when they're heavy in calf as well.
Yeah, so you went fibre cement then, roof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we put the solid doors that side, because the wind blows that way, and then it's open that side to get the air to run through, just for cow health.
Yes.
And we've lifted some of the gates up because we've got a robot scraper coming soon
Okay.
to keep the cows clean.
Okay. Is there grant funding for that here?
Grant,
Yeah,
funded,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a central access then, I guess, for milking, I guess?
Yeah, in there for milking,
Yeah.
and then they can go out then to the right to go out to the field.
Yeah.
They go out that way for the field, go left through that gate and up the tracks.
Yeah.
Or they can go out the back. The calving pens are there in that shed there. So they literally just walk out of there, down the little passage and straight into the calving shed.
Yeah.
And then they can go out that way, down to the lake and out to the fields the other side as well.
I see.
It works very well calving time. We've got cameras here so we can check on our phones who's calving. We tend to separate them into groups then, who's going to calve sooner. We put them closer to the calving pens, and then it's really easy just to
Okay.
move them down through those gates and then straight in.
Yeah. How do you find this gate here?
Very good.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, very good. They completely respect it. It's easy. It just springs up and down.
Yeah.
Anybody can close it any time, and it spins, so it'll close there, and then it'll spin round, and then it'll close that bit there.
Okay.
You haven't got to have separate gates, so
Yeah.
it works really well.
We might have a look at your cabin area before we move elsewhere.
I'll put a hood up.
This bar here on the right.
So
There, here, this one here.
This is where they come out of the park.
That-
Oh yeah, that's a divider gate.
Yeah.
So we've got a gate that'll hang there, and then we can tie it up to that cubicle there. Stephen made it.
Yeah.
And then we can separate fresh cows from
And
milkers
move it if you
from-
need, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we can move it, yeah. Oh, this weather is awful. So they come out the parlour there.
yeah.
Not always they come out this way. Often they go straight down. Depends at calving time. Like the fresh cows might go straight on. The milkers that go in the tank might turn right, and then we can divide it off and work it out
Yes.
whichever way. And then we got the bull in here.
So this was part of your former enterprise, so the beef and sheep, was that?
Yeah,
This shed here?
this shed was already here
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
The only thing we put in was the Timor calving gate,
Yeah.
and then they come in through that gate on the end there,
Okay.
down, and then we can open them up, and then they come in
Yes.
here.
So does that do calf rearing as well
No,
in the spring, or it's just dedicated to
just
calving?
calving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your equine industry then has crossed away as well.
The
Yeah.
2 horses. Yeah, they're not impressed with this rain.
Okay.
Bless them. Thomas the bull. He's not the very nicest of bulls, but he does the job. I'll show you down here. You get a better idea of the rest of it. So they can go that way, down the track through the
Yeah.
lake, out that way.
Yeah.
Get in out the rain. Oh, it's wet. It's horrible.
So you were saying you have had a very wet summer and
Yes,
all along.
very wet winter, very wet spring, and it's been a challenging wet summer as well. It's it is what it is. There's not much we could do about it. We've managed to get all the silage. Have we had the best silage? I don't know. We've probably had better silage this year than last year. But we're very lucky, whereas the cows will be dry in the winter. So
Claire, you do all your own silage?
yeah, we do all our own silage. Yeah, I'm the chief wrapper.
So what type of baler have you?
We've got a new Lely baler.
Yeah.
Got it this year, a couple of months ago actually. We did have a Claas, and then we've got the McHale
Wrapper.
HS 2000 wrapper.
Okay.
That works really well, gets through bales quick.
So how many bales a year would you do?
We try to do anything between 1,200 and 1,500 bales a year.
Okay.
We have plenty left. We buffer feed all year round as well, so
And why is that? Is it a stocking rate issue, or?
no, it's more for the cow benefit we buffer feed. It just covers all bases nutritionally wise, especially during the breeding season where they need the high energy to get back in calf, and it works really well. The first year we had 100% of the cows back in calf. This year is our worst year, and we're still running on a 5% replacement. So,
Over how many weeks?
we calved all of our cows bar 20 in the first 4 weeks.
Okay, busy period, so
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
yeah.
Very, very busy, but I'm hoping, because this year's been a struggle with the weather and the cows weren't settled, really difficult breeding season, but it might give us that break that we need in the calf. It might be a normal calving period next year.
Okay. So you have collars as well?
Yeah, all flex collars, yeah.
How long have you got them?
Since we went into dairy the first year, yeah. We got them on the grant, I think, as well.
Yeah.
The best investment we've done.
Why?
Just picks up the silent heats. I usually spot a poorly cow before the collars do, because you see them twice a day, you know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, it's really good, really, really good health recording for the cows.
Yeah.
The vet really likes it as well. I know they're on the brush now, aren't they?
So those are going to go out now soon, are they?
Yeah, they're going to go back out
Yeah.
probably only for an hour or two because it's so wet.
Yeah.
And
So will you have to fetch them, or will
No.
afterwards, or will they come back themselves?
we'll probably open the gate, but they'll be at the gate waiting to come in.
Okay.
And then they'll have silage tonight
Yeah.
and stay in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you have a slurry tower out here?
yeah,
Is that right?
it's out the back
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Can I have a look at that?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
So passing your bobcat, does this do the feeding?
Yeah, so we have a bale and winder
Yeah.
that we put the bale on and it chucks it out.
Okay. For all the feed here?
Both sides, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put my hood up. There you go.
So why would you use that instead of stacking bales? Is it
Huh?
why do you use, say, this instead of dropping bales along, or is it?
It just spreads it out
Yeah.
more evenly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it works.
it just works really well. It's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. That's a New Zealand machine, is it?
I
Hustler?
think so.
Yeah.
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 Hustler, old one, does the job.
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace works wonders.
Okay.
We got the dairy power aeration system
Yes.
on there as well.
That works effectively, does it, for you?
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, really, really good.
Why?
It's always ready to go on the field, isn't it?
Mm.
And nutritionally wise, like the nitrogen in the slurry after it's been aerated is triple what would normal slurry be. So
Okay.
for us, it's like rocket fuel.
Yeah.
It's our main source of fertilizer.
Okay. So it's the pipe here obviously is feeding then from your slurry channels?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And then we're going to build a ramp for the robot. When we get the robot, it's going to go out onto the ramp and dump it straight into the tower.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
I know. Stephen's building it, not me. But he's doing it so that it can't go any other way. So
Okay. So
it'll
it's
be-
going to collect as well and drop outside?
yeah, it collects 500 litre tank. It'll collect
Yeah.
it and then go under the doors. These doors need lifting up and then it'll go straight out.
Yes.
And it'll do the collecting yard as well.
Yes.
God, this weather. is
Okay, so
miserable.
you've a lake there as well to contend with?
A lake,
Yeah.
yes, we do. The lake is about 12 acres
Yeah.
in size.
Yeah. How deep? Much? No? Fish in it?
Yeah, there's fish in it, yeah. As for the depth of it, it's different in different parts. Some parts you can stand in it, and other parts you can't see the bottom of it. So
Okay.
I literally do not know.
Yeah.
Stephen's grandfather built it. Well, he didn't build it. It was marsh bogland. So what he did was build the track down the side of it, so that you could access the other side, and it just naturally filled with water,
Okay.
and then it goes out to the River Tavy. Then,
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
So it works out well. Yeah, I think the cows averaged last year about 6,500 litres, I think. So they're not a small crossbreed, they're like an in-between
Yeah.
that give you a decent amount of milk back
Yeah.
as well.
So you're paid for your fat and protein too, yeah?
Yeah.
Constituents are important to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get extra for the fats and proteins.
Yeah. So have you a flying herd, or are you?
We are a flying herd at the moment, but
Yeah.
this year we've kept some heifers for the first time.
Okay.
So they'll go to the bull next year.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, because of where we are with the TB and situation, you can't rely on being a flying herd. I mean, we're TB free at the moment, but how long that is for, we don't
It's
know.
a big challenge in the area.
It's massive,
Yeah.
yeah. South Wales, Pembrokeshire way, Carmarthenshire way it's disastrous how bad it is down there.
Yeah. So having your own young stock would insulate you a small bit, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think for us it's to improve the genetics as well. There's some cows that we're not impressed with that we obviously will eventually disperse off, but we want to keep the good genetics, and it's really difficult to find very good genetic heifers coming through.